Hello, everybody, and welcome to Matt Steele's Top 10 list of annoying words and phrases. Now, listen, y'all know me. I'm like a beacon of positivity. I don't complain about much or anything, and I'm just having some fun at this. These don't really make me mad, but I think since I speak for a living, pretty much, if you want to call it that, I hear things that people say, and they just sort of bug me a little bit, or they make me laugh, which I talk so much, I guarantee you I say some things that annoy people too. Probably the words bro and dude. I get it. I expect to see those in the comments along with several more. But let me get cleared up. Take a swig. And now let's count them down from 10 all the way to 1. Let's start it off with number 10. And number 10 is the word Friday, right? So if I hear somebody say the word Friday, like, yeah, it's Friday. Oh my gosh, it just makes my skin crawl. And if I hear somebody say it's Friday, I know for a fact I don't want anything to do with anything that they are talking about because it's probably going to involve craft beers and skinny jeans. No offense. All right, moving on to number 9. Number 9 hits me on a personal level because Julie is a realtor. She's not a realtor or a realtor. She's a realtor. There's no such thing as a realtor. I suppose the only way that a realtor could exist is if like Skeletor and a realtor hooked up at a club. That's about the only way. The word is realtor. Thank you. Number 8. Oh, dude, this is going to get me some heat, but I've heard this by so many people over the last couple of years, and it's the amount of times that you hear it. When people say, just send it, right? It's like, dude, I know Larry the Enticer started that, and that's his gig. I love it. I'm proud of him. I think that's awesome, dude. It's everybody else saying it. But I mean, that's what you want. You get everybody saying it, and then you can capitalize on that. And he's done that. I think that's awesome. But it's just every other like teenage kid who uses that term anytime they're around anything with any kind of horsepower or adrenaline. Is he going to send it? I don't know. Are you going to send it? It's like, stop. Just stop. But Larry, great job. All right, more power to you. This next one, number 7, is kind of along that same vein, right? I hear it all the time. I just think it's funny. It makes me laugh. You can hear it a mile away when people say it, and they're like, let's go! Or it's like, let's go with an endless amount of O's, right, after it. So, or they'll put some other expletives in there, let's go, so either way, I don't know. It's kind of funny. It doesn't really annoy me, but whatever. Now we're getting into some of the annoying things. Number 6 on the list, irregardless. Now, when I grew up in Stuart, Florida, going to English class, I believe I was taught that irregardless was not a word. I could be wrong about that, but I honestly thought that I was taught it was not a word because you've got a negative in the beginning and a negative at the end. It kind of cancels everything out. If you look, irregardless would actually mean with regard, right? I do research for these things. I don't just wing it. I do them in one take, so I really don't care if I mess up. But I did some research on this, and evidently, irregardless is a word. Every year they put words in the dictionary. I think what happens between you and I think what happens with the dictionary manufacturers is they just get beat up because the world's just getting more and more dumb. And they're going, you know what? We know these aren't words. Just put them in the dictionary and just make the people happy, and maybe they'll shut up. That's what I think happens. Every year when I see the new list of words that are now words that weren't previously words, yeah, it's all good. All right, getting into the top 5. This is another one. Nuclear. It's nuclear is not a word, but nuclear is, right? Just look at the way it's spelled. Nuclear. It's almost impossible to mess up. But people say, Matt, are you afraid of nuclear war? No, I'm not. You know why? Because nuclear war doesn't exist. Now, nuclear war, that's something different. That's an entirely different conversation. But no, I'm not afraid of a nuclear war. There's no Q. There's no second U. I don't know. This next one, number 4, is one that I almost am telling people to do this, which is, I just thought of that. But it's usually when you see a social media rant where somebody's complaining about the service they got somewhere or the food quality, or how some people just aren't ever happy. Like some people need to never leave the house, and they can't wait to get home and go on social media and start complaining, and they'll do their whole big long paragraph, and at the end there are these 2 words: do better. Ugh, gosh, I'm like, you had me until you put do better. Because when you put do better on there, you're acting like you could do it better, and you probably can't. especially if you're putting do better, because most people that could do better aren't going to go online and complain. I'm getting sidetracked. All right, moving down. Number 3 is the bane of my existence, is when I hear the word hundred. I, I don't even have any words to go into on that. So I'm just going to move down to number 2, and this is where I'm going to probably anger some people, but it's true, and it's thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Somebody puts something online, and they're like, "Hey, we just lost a loved one or something." They're going through a terrible thing, and then it's just thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. It's like Woody Woodpecker, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Did you hear about Angie? Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, I put thoughts and prayers on there. Did you put thoughts and prayers? No, I didn't. Oh, you might want to put thoughts and prayers. Terrible. Anyway, just my opinion. I am a man of faith, and I still wouldn't put thoughts and prayers. I would word it differently. All right, and that brings us to number 1. Number 1's a new one for me. It really just came into my life probably over the last year or so, as we watch some of these awesome television shows on Netflix, like Love is Blind and some of those other shows. Oh, I love them, because some people you're really rooting for, they're wonderful, and others are just complete train wrecks, and you get emotionally involved in the characters. But whenever there's the confessional and they're talking about what they went through, and especially if the two people disagree, they always drop this. Well, this is my truth. I about come off the couch when they say that. Sometimes I'm laughing. Sometimes I'm getting up for another beer. I don't know. I look at Julie, and Julie just looks at me. She's like, "Babe, calm down." I'm like, there is no my truth. There is no your truth. There is the truth, or the truth, however you pronounce it. But it's just my truth, which means you're lying. You know what I mean? So anyway, those are my top 10. This has been fun. Again, I'm not being negative or anything. I'm just having some fun with it. These are just little things that I hear from time to time, and they make my ears perk up. So please, if you have any, please add them into the comments so we can see them. As I said, I'm sure Matt Do Better is going to be in there. And if somebody doesn't put that in there, you guys are letting me down. See ya.